The history of the Philippines shows a great number of influences, cultures on the rise, the settled, and mixed in the archipelago, linguistic. Much of the population is of Austronesian origin.
Foundation. When the Spanish-American War came to an end, the United States claimed the validity of Treaty of Paris, mentioning that the Filipinos were incapable of government and needed to be Christianized despite having been a Catholic country for almost 2.5 centuries. Following Japanese defeat during World War II, the Philippines achieved full independence from the United States in July 1946.
Origins from 1565 until the independence of Mexico in 1821, the territory of the Philippines was under the jurisdiction of Viceroyalty of New Spain. Before that, the islands were administered from Mexico City and controlled from the port of Acapulco on the Pacific coast of New Spain.
The first sails of the Philippines island arrived by boat from the north. South in east, the Philippines originated from the sage nomadic communities.
Key moment of its development. 1565 Spain conquers the Philippines. 1898 Spain seized the Philippines to the United States through the Treaty of Paris. 1946 Philippines claimed independence and republic. 1972 to 1986 President Ferdinand Marcos governed the country through martial law. 1973 Spain ceased to be an official language. 1986 Marcos is overthrown, Corazon Aquino elected president. And 1992 Fidel V. Ramos is elected president.
General description. Transport. Regarding long distance, you travel by plane at very low prices in addition to traveling by sea. The most used transport is the ferry. At low cost and the cover long distance for tourist plans. Finally, by land we have the most common ones that are the journey or terrain, with great capacity and under tricycle, with capacity for 2 people. Cultural interest places. The Philippines is characterized by highlighting large and important museums, which are visited by tourists from all over the world. Pambata Museum, built in 1911 and geared especially to children. San Agustin Museum, church museum with a collection of Catholic religious art. Santo Tomas University Museum, the oldest existing museum in the Philippines. It has a permanent display of natural history specimens, coins, medals, souvenirs, ethnographic materials, and objects of Oriental arts. Tourist sites. Philippines is an archipelago and its many peculiarities make it a perfect destination to enjoy the holidays. Chocolate Hills. The best time to visit them is during the dry season when the grit and the moss that covers them turn brown. Palawan is a natural jewel that dazzles with the emerald color of its waters, in the contrast to the tropical jungle and the white of the sands that bathe its beaches. Rice Terrace, declared World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Today they are the price of the Ifugao trip and on the of the greatest tourist attraction in the Luzon region.
The Sinulog Festival. is the most important and well-known in the Philippines. This dance in honor of the baby Jesus and commemorates the acceptance of the Filipino people. Haiti Aitan is celebrated here in the municipal of Calimbo and is one of the most joyful and colorful festival in the Philippines, the festival in the honor of the Holy Child. Lechon. It is a roast beef and usually demands like any party or celebration. You can avoid a small portion at any their food smell. Fancy, the most common type of pasta in any Asian country, is a very popular dish in any home or strange restaurant. The dough is with preparation.
Traditional costume. Members of different ethnic tribes across the country wore ethnic clothing. Before the Spain colonized the island, today there are still frequently used during Garderius festival and cultural perform. These costumes are divided into different regions and poses. The following names: Airot ethnic South, Barot Saya, Marian Clara Deres, Kilmona and Patayont, Hijab. Music. The music of the Philippines includes musical performing are the Philippines or Filipinos, composed in various genres and styles. The compositions are often a mix of different Asian, Spanish, Latin American, indigenous influences, and American. The music of the Philippines is a mixture of European, American, and Native sounds influenced by the music of the Philippines. 370 years of heritage from colonial Spain. Western rock and roll, hip hop, and popular music from the United States, the folk music of the Adonishan musical population, and idioma like Yamalan. Primal music, indigenous music, y gong music.